Hey guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. Now, I've had a lot of people that want to know exactly how I did those chicken wings at the draft and stuff. So I'm going to show you exactly. I've had another recipe that was on the channel before, but I'm going to put this one on here and show you exactly what we did. Now, what we end up doing with our chicken wings is, first thing, I put about equal parts breadcrumbs with flour, and then I season it with some cayenne pepper, and you season that kind of to taste. I end up putting some chipotle chili powder, garlic salt, and I also like to use some Creole seasoning. So I put that, and of course some fresh ground pepper. I put all that stuff together, and that's going to be what we end up dipping the chicken in. Now, when you're doing chicken wings, especially on football Sunday, you don't want to have to worry about cutting up individual wings and things. So if you go to like a Costco, a Sam's, or a BJ's, or if you have a membership to Restaurant Depot, in fact, Restaurant Depot is the place to go, because that's where I actually go and buy like a case of chicken wings for about $70, 40 pounds of them, and you get 10-pound bags in there. You get 4 of them. Now, of course, what they do, and this is what drives me crazy now, is whenever you buy chicken, you notice how it's really, really wet these days? It's because basically they soak it in salt water. They call it brine for seasoning. But what it is it just adds more weight to the chicken, so that way they don't have to give you quite as much. But I rinse the chicken off and then just dry it on a paper towel, because you don't want to have a whole lot of water and stuff on the chicken when you throw it in the deep fryer, because it bubbles up. You don't want your chicken to bubble up. So I'm going to rinse off the chicken, dry it with some paper towels, and then I'm going to go ahead and take, basically I'll take, because this is a lot of chicken, I'll take about 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of breadcrumbs, and then I'll end up putting the spices in, and I kind of taste it to myself. And I like it having kind of a little bit of a kick to it. It doesn't have to have a whole lot. The main thing you want is you want it to be crunchy, because then you're going to put that sauce on there. Oh, it's Saucy-One. They make some incredible sauces. So let me get started on here, and we're going to get the deep fryer going outside. Need paper towels. Now, the thing you really have to make sure when you are dealing with chicken, or actually any meats, that you do not cross-contaminate. You want to make sure that you don't use the same cutting board for the meats and things that you do for the vegetables. And you want to make sure that you end up bleaching your cutting boards and stuff, and wash them with hot water, because you do not want to get somebody to get sick. And also too, when you cook the chicken, make sure you cook the chicken thoroughly, that there is no pink inside of it at all. Now, that's literally 5 pounds right there of chicken wings. So by buying those big bags, when you're having a party, you've got plenty of wings to go. I mean, look at that. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So we don't have as many guys coming today as we thought we were, so we're just going to do that many, and we're going to go ahead and just freeze the other half of the bag. So you can see, that's 10 pounds of chicken wings. And again, by buying them at Costco or BJ's or at Restaurant Depot, you're going to save yourself a whole lot of money, because normally what it'll be is I'll buy a pack about this big, and it's usually like $10, $12 for one pack. And on football Sunday, I'm using like 3 or 4 of those. So that's $40. For $70, I got 4 times that much. So, you know, do the math. It's a lot cheaper. Okay, so we got our chicken wings here together. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands thoroughly. With hot water. Ain't nobody getting sick at my house. Okay. All right, so now Time to go ahead and get our bread together. So about equal parts of breadcrumbs, and flour. Gotta have fresh pepper. Lots of fresh pepper. You can buy pepper shakers and all that, but I gotta tell you, again, if you're going to Costco or BJ's, buy a big thing of fresh pepper and get the multicolored pepper and yourself a good grinder. It'll go a lot further, you'll save some money on it, and it has a fresher taste to it. Okay, so we got that. Some garlic salt. As you can see, I buy in bulk because I do a lot of cooking. Oh, that one's not open. Let's get the open one. Creole seasoning. Some chipotle chili powder. I think I use this in just about everything. And of course, cayenne. Now do cayenne to your taste. I like stuff spicy, so I use a lot of cayenne. Oh, smoked paprika. And this is actually some smoked paprika that my mother grows and makes herself. So it's a little bit, because they don't use sawdust and stuff, it kind of sticks together a little bit. So you have to kind of loosen it up. See, that's where you're getting that fresh taste. No preservatives. So we'll just stir that up. Get the spices and everything in there going. And then all we're gonna do is gonna dip the chicken in it and drop it in 350-degree oil until it's golden. Then we're gonna take our hot sauce with some butter and put it on it. Oh boy, see, that's our mix. Let me taste. Yeah, ooh yeah, I can taste that cayenne. So that's that. We got the chicken wings. All right, so it's almost time to make the magic happen. Now I'm fortunate because I got myself this Bayou Classic deep fryer, which is only for outside. It runs by a propane tank, but I love it. We cooked 80 pounds of chicken wings on the draft, and that's a lot of chicken wings. But the great thing about this is it has a triangular bottom, so any of the breading and stuff that falls goes down below, and it's not sitting on the heating element. This actually has a chamber that forced hot gas goes through and it heats it up, so it's hot above and cooler on the bottom, and it cooks fast. The thing you got to be careful about this though is make sure that you keep it at 350, because it can shoot up real high, and after 400 you can have a fire. We do not want a fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started so we can start getting it hot. Sounds kind of like a jet engine, but it takes really 5-7 minutes or so to heat it up, so you got to watch that real carefully. And so then what we're going to do is let's go ahead and start getting our chicken wings breaded, so that way we'll put them on in there. Oh, I can't wait. Now one other thing too, Saucy-One, great company and stuff. I end up getting this DEFCON sauces. They have 3 different levels. They have DEFCON 3, 2, and 1. 3 being mild, 1 being really, really hot. Now, you know, you guys in Texas, you didn't think it was that hot. Some of you guys were burnt up. I'm actually going to use 2 right here. But if you guys go to Saucy-One's website, you can order. They've got not only the DEFCON, they actually have tons and tons of different hot sauces and salsas and everything else. So check them out. And if you use the promo code JOBU, you can actually save 10% on your order. So let's get the other parts ready. Well, you can hear it sounds like a jet engine over there while it's heating up. And you got to watch it. I'm already up to about 225 degrees. So you got to make sure you don't go too high, and once you get there, turn it down. So I've used rubber gloves out here so that way I don't have to keep running back and forth to wash my hands. But we're just going to take the chicken and we're just going to roll it around in the breadcrumbs of the flour. Now I put the basket on the side here and put a pan underneath of it so you can shake off some of the excess. And you don't want to overfill it. Now, again, if you don't have an outdoor cooker like I do here, the great thing about this is that sucker stays hot. Some of the electric smaller ones have a tendency to not hold the temperature. And if it doesn't really hold the temperature, it takes longer to cook. And the other thing that happens is they don't get real crispy. So if you have, like one of the mini fryers and things like that, just don't overload your baskets. That way it'll stay good and hot and you won't lose it, see? And if you don't shake it off, all that goes into your oil and ends up fouling your oil. So we're gonna do that one, do another pan right here. And I literally did, in about an hour and 15 minutes, 40 pounds of chicken wings in that fryer. And we're at 250. Do a few more. Okay, so we're at 350 degrees. We're gonna put the chicken in and we have to kind of regulate the temperature. Now, if it drops down a bit, we need to turn up the gas, but you wanna watch it and make sure you hold it right at that 350 degrees. Making that magic. Now while that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and take our sauce. Now what I do is, I actually have this cast iron frying pan over here. You don't have to do it, but I actually like to put butter in with the sauce. Now one thing about putting the butter in, it helps it to stick to the wings a little bit better, but it also tones down the heat some. So if you want really, really hot ones and you're using DEFCON and you're doing like a wing challenge, then don't use the butter. But I like to do it because it just, to me, gives it a little more richer flavor with it. So we're gonna turn this on low, we're gonna warm it up and put some of the sauce in it. Oh, and it'll be fantastic. Of course, I love cast iron. Love cooking outside. Let me check my temperature. Temperature dropped down to about 335, so I'm turning it up just a little bit more to make sure I get it back up to that 350. Because you want that temperature to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's going to get kind of soggy, and we want them crispy. So we're going to melt the butter, and then we're going to add the sauce to that. So we can do this. It doesn't need to be up very loud, very high. Take its time. We got about 5 minutes before the wings will be ready. That's it. That's the wings. So we're gonna take these And we're going to get that other wing that we missed in there. DEFCON 2, Jobu Spicy Wings. Crispy, juicy, spicy.
Woo! Dude, this is gonna make me cry.
These are so spicy, dude.
Fuck. He doesn't eat spicy food?
I do not eat spicy food. Dude.
But how's the taste though?
It's bomb. It's good.
The chicken texture, man.
But you're still eating them, huh? Even though they're that hot.
It's the pain from the spiciness and the love from the.
They're good. They're really good. I need a beer though.
I got some over here in the cooler, my man.
I'm not trying it because I've seen them pre-try it.
Oh, I'm doing. Dang it.
I missed that video, Mark.
Oh, yeah, grab my man a beer out of here.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah, there should be some beers.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Coke. I will take it.
wait. Oh, there you go. You lucked out. One last beer.
Man,
Oh,
I
mean,
you can handle it. They're hot.
Not bad, yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, man. All right, no problem. Damn.
I gotta open it with something. God damn it.
Here, let me.
There
we go.
Oh, that's it.